Hi everyone, Julie here. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video I'm going to do an unboxing, and I've got rid of the cardboard box. I know a lot of people cut open the cardboard box, but I find that irritating, to be honest, waiting for them to cut it open. So let's just get into it. So today's unboxing is the new Blade 5 and Blade 10 kit from Harlowe. You may remember them as Hobo Light before they had a rebranding. So this is the kit, this is what it comes, how it comes, and I'll give you some close-up images in a bit, but I'm just going to show you everything that comes with it. So this is the Blade 5 and this is the Blade 10. So this is a 10 watt, this is a 5 watt. These are LED continuous lights. They are bicolor and RGB. So if you're sort of a bit torn about which way to go, whether you want bicolor or if you want some cool RGB effects, then maybe check these little babies out. So this is them there. They come with this magnetic dome diffuser. So that's the LED panel in there. And then the diffuser just clips on like so. These are completely magnetized. So if you've got something metal, which I haven't got anything handy, but you can stick them on metal things. So if you've got something metal, a light stand, whatever, that's what that's for. So what else do you get in the kit? Well, you get standard cable and a USB charger, and they just plug in. There's a USB-C port here. They also come with these V-clamp attachments and like an Allen key. So a lot of the Harlowe or Hobo light stands that you get have got these really cool little V-clamps. So these will clip on and you can put it on either end. So it doesn't really matter which end you put it on. And these will then go on to just a standard light stand. You can just put them on a standard thread for like on a tripod or whatever, or an adapter for your light stands. So they're really handy, and the V-clamps are really easy to clip on and off as well. So that's in there too. What else do you get? Well, you get your super duper user manual type thing. So it's like one of those accordion effect things. And you also get these little flags. So these will, because they're magnets, clip on, and it's sort of like a velvet finish in here. So you can direct where you want your light to go. So there's one for the 5 and there's also one for the 10. Now, of course, these just, whoops, when you put them on the right way, don't put them on backwards because it won't work. So you can go down to a really, really fine slit, or you can open them sort of up, or even go beyond, or just take them off. You don't need to do this. Okay, so here's a bit more of a close-up on this. I'm just going to open up the bag. And that's the blades and things that you get in there. And then here is the light. So these are the switches that I was telling you about. And that's the Blade 10. These, of course, come off, and that is the light in there. You just press it and dial it to turn it on. Press that, hold it to get into the different effects, and use the scroll wheel on the side to get in the language, different effects, all sorts of things. Turn off, you just hold the button and that presses it and turns it off. What's really cool about the Blade? Well, for starters, like I said, it's bicolor. I'm just going to take these back off. It's bicolor as well as RGB. So just to turn it on, the dials are slightly different on the 10 to the 5. So on the 10, you've got an on-off switch, and then you've got your luminance how powerful it is, and the other one is what colour it's going to be. But you also use these dials to switch between the different effects, and they do have 8 special effects like lightning and flashing lights and things like that, fireworks and so forth. So you can do some really, really cool sort of light painting effects or video effects or something like that. So you turn it on, and I might need to get a close-up of this. But you turn it on and a little thing comes up and you just dial it, and then that turns it on. So I press the button to jump between 100% or if I want to change the colour. And the colours go from 1700, so you can see where that's really quite orange. Or you can go all the way up to 10,000, which is quite blue. If I hold in the little dial, I then switch over to RGB and I can change the colour of the RGB. So I can change this 3,600 colours. I'll double check that and I'll put that in the details. There will be a full review on this obviously, but I can go through and I can change. So red or blue, or I don't know if that's going to come up in the video, but I'm sure it can give me some funky lights on my face. And the 10 is pretty much the same. So you press the on off, it gives you a little dial, spin that to turn it on, and then you can change the power, and you can change the Kelvin. So that again, it goes from 17, so quite orange, all the way to 10,000, which is more blue. So you can do that. If I hold the button in, then of course that goes through to the RGB section. There is an app on your phone as well. So if you go into the Play Store, what you need to look for is the Hobo Light app. So I haven't got any devices connected at the moment, but it's usually pretty easy to do. I found it just as quick and easy to use off the device, to be honest. But anyway, so just to turn it on again. So if I want to go into the effects, so I hold the power button and that goes into Bluetooth, and you've got effects. So if I go into that, I've got flashing, there's an explosion, flame, shutter, fireworks, there's a pulse. So there's all sorts of things there that you can play with. If I get out of that, so holding that in again, that also gets you into the Bluetooth setting, and you just click on the dial and spin the dial to get through them. So that's pretty much it for the Blade 5 and the Blade 10. They're pretty awesome. I have used them for a couple of different things. So I did a really sort of funky cyberpunk film noir type thing where we had these on light stands through some Venetian blinds, and we had them on the RGB as well as the bicolor. So we were turning it, like dialing it all the way up to 1700 or 10,000 to get those colors. And then we also had the RGB effect on it as well. So that was loads of fun. So look out for that. I will put a link up for that soon. So that's it for the Blade. It comes in this fabulous little carry case, and all the little blades or screens or whatever you want to call them, they all fit in there as well as the carry charger and so forth. So they do give you quite a bit of usage time. I think it's about an hour on both of them on full power, and yeah, loads of fun. So check that out. That is the Blade 5 and Blade 10 kit by Harlowe. You can buy them individually, so you can buy just the Blade 5 on its own and the Blade 10 on its own as well. And I will put the link for these down below. If you really like this video, why not check out some of my other unboxing videos on the playlist? I'll put the link for that below as well. I've got some great products that I have checked out recently. So that's it for today, and I will see you next time on YouTube. Bye.